grade 11 students. Today I am doing revision work. So we are doing all province papers, Department of Education. So today over province. So you get 2 papers. So this is end of year evaluation 2018. So you get 2 papers, paper 1 2 hours and paper 2 3 hours. So in paper 1, there are 2 parts, part A and part B. So part A you get 25 short questions, each worth 2 marks. And part B, 5 questions. So you get 10 marks for each question. So 50 marks for part A, 50 marks for part B. So altogether 2 hours. So that means you can spend paper A 60 minutes and paper B 60 minutes. So if you are thinking about timing, so how many minutes you can spend for one question in paper 1? So you can spend 2 minutes and 24 seconds for each question in part A. Part B, one question, 12 minutes you can spend. So in paper 1, you have to answer all questions. You can't skip questions. So that's important. And answers in the space provided. You can't write here and there. So you have to write all the answers in the space given. So we'll start. So this is 2018 paper 1 Uva province. So this is part 1. Here you get 8 questions in the first page. So before you look at the video, you have to try these questions. And then to check your answer, you can look at my video. So question number 1. For a shop annual assessment tax of 5,200 rupees is levied, accordingly, what is the tax paid for a quarter? So quarter means 1/4 of a year. So for the full year, that's 5,200. So what's the value for a quarter? You have to divide by 4. So you just have to divide this by 4. So what's the tax? So you don't have to write sentences here. So you have to show the method. So the tax is 5,200 rupees divided by 4. So tax for a quarter. So 4 times 1. 4 for 12, that's 3,300 rupees. So 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. Question number 2. Find the time taken for a pipe through which water flows 20 liters a minute to fill a tank of capacity 4,800 liters. So the full capacity is 4,800. 20 liters means 1 minute. So you can write 20 liters to fill. It takes 1 minute. What about 4,800 liters? So what you do? You first take 1/20 and multiply by 4,800. You just divide by 20. So you get this value in minutes. 0 get cancelled out. 480 divided by 2. You get 240 minutes. We don't keep large values in minutes. So you can convert to hours. So 240 divided by 60, 4 hours you are getting. How you get the marks? So here To get the minute answer, you get 1 mark, and conversion, you are getting another 1 mark. Question number 3. Write log a base x is equal to y in the index form. So can you remember, if it's log 10 base 100 is 2. How? We know 10 squared is 100. If you can remember, 10 squared is 100. So this is the base. Base goes here, this number goes there, and the index or power here. So when you are reading the index notation, we take 10 to the power 2 is 100. So remember that. So likewise, when you take log a base x is equal to y, so think about this way. A to the power y is equal to x. So that's the answer. So a to the power y is x. So straight away you can get 2 marks for writing this index notation. Question number 4. Simplify. 2xy over 3 multiplied by 9 over 4x squared. So you can cross out the common factors with numerator and the denominator. So here 2 and 4. 2 times 1, 2 times 2. 3 times 1, 3 times 3. And 1x, you can cross out 1x with this x. And y, cancel out with this y. So what's remaining? So you get 3 in the numerator and 2x in the denominator. So how many marks? So you get 1 mark for simplifying and 1 mark for writing the correct answer. Question number 5. Find the values of angles x and y according the data given in figure. So the lines means equal sides. So isosceles triangle, can you see these two lengths are equal? So what can you say about isosceles triangle? This angle is equal to this angle. If this is 35, this is also 35. Then can you see in this triangle, this is the exterior angle for this triangle. So x is equal to 35 plus 35. What's the rule? Exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of opposite interior angles. So x is 70 degrees. What's y then? If this is 70, you can say this is also a isosceles. This is an isosceles triangle. So if this is y, this is y. Then you can write 2y plus x is equal to 180. So you subtract x value. So what's 2y? 180 minus x, that's 70. You get 110 is 2y. Divide this by 2 to get y. 55 degrees. So you get marks. 1 mark for finding the x value and 1 mark for finding the y value. Question number 6. It is expected to paint a house for 6 men in 4 days. How many days it requires to complete the work for 2 men? So you can write men and days. How many men? 6 men needs 4 days. So to complete the full work, how many man days are required? How many man days are required? 4 times 6, 24 man days required. Now it says if it's 2 workers are there, how many days you need? But we know this is the same work, so you need 24 man days. So how you get number of days if this is 2? You divide by 2 and 6. So 24 divided by 2, you get 12. So 12 times 2 is 24. So number of days required for 2 men is 12 days. So you get 1 mark for the answer, and working out this one you get 1 mark. Question number 7. What is the smallest digit that satisfies the inequality? So we have to first solve and see. 3x minus 4 is greater than 2x. So take all x terms to one side. So when you take 2x to this side, you get 3x minus 2x. And take minus 4 to the other side, that's 4 plus 4. You get x greater than 4. So what are the values? Digits here we are considering integers. So what are the integers you can get? X greater than 4 means 4 is not included. So you can start with 5, 6, 7 like that. So what's the smallest value out of this? Smallest digit. So x equals 5. So you get 1 mark for solving this and 1 mark for identifying the smallest digit. Question number 8. The monthly electricity bill for a house for units charged is 400 rupees. If a tax VAT is levied 10%, what is the total charge? Should pay with the tax. So you can do 2 ways. So first you can find out the tax separately and add it to that amount to get the total charge. So we'll first find the tax. That's 10% of the value. 400 into 10%. So what's the value? 40 rupees. And then to get the total value, you can add it. 400 plus 40, 440 rupees. So that's one method. What's the other method? You can straight away find out the total amount. So total amount, straight away how you find out? The amount is 400 and this is 10%. You have to increase. So 100 becomes 110. So 110 over 100. When you multiply, you get the same answer. 1 0, 1 0 get cancelled out. 11 times 40. 440 rupees. So how you get marks? So you get method. You get method mark and the answer mark. If you are doing this way, finding this one 1 mark and 1 mark for the final answer. Now we'll look at question 9 to 15. So first do this before you look at the video. Question number 9. Find the value of sine theta according to the information given in figure. So this is theta. So sine. Can you remember SOHCAHTOA? You need to know SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. It's easy to remember. So when you divide into 3 letters like this. This means sine ratio is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine ratio, cost ratio is A over A. H means adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan ratio is opposite over adjacent. So how you identify hypotenuse? Opposite to 90 degrees is always hypotenuse. And we need opposite to the angle is this one. This is the angle given. Opposite to that is here. We need sine ratio. So opposite and hypotenuse. So sine theta is equal to opposite is 4a, hypotenuse is 5a. So a get cancelled out. So you can straight away write down what's the value of sine theta? 4 over 5. So you are getting marks. 1 mark for the simplified one. 1 mark for the method. Question number 10. A is given such that x is a prime number between 10 and 20. So 10 and 20 not included. Represent this set in a Venn diagram. So before that, we'll identify what are the elements. Prime numbers in between 10 and 20. So 11, 13, 17 and 19. Those are the prime numbers. Then you can draw the Venn diagram. How you draw the Venn diagram? You draw a closed figure like this, a circle, and then label this one as A and put all the elements inside the circle. So that's the Venn diagram. So you get marks showing this 1 mark, and separately write down the elements, you get 1 mark. Question number 11. If the solutions of x plus 5 into x minus a is 0, a is minus 5 and half, what is the value denoted by a? So if this is the equation, how you solve? The product is 0 means it can be either x plus 5 is 0 or x minus a equals 0. So when you take 5 to the other side, x becomes minus 5 or x becomes a. Now it's given. One solution is minus 5. Other solution is half. So what can you say about a then? A is equal to half. So how you get marks there? You get marks for finding the method, how you get the a and the value for a. Question number 12. Mark in the relevant cage correct sign for simple events and non-simple events by cross mark. So what are simple events? When you get one element, one outcome, you say that's a simple event. More than one outcome you are getting, that's a non-simple events, compound event. When randomly taken a pebble from a bag which has 4 equal pebbles and 2 white pebbles, the selected pebble to be a white one. So there are 4 pebbles here, 2 white pebbles. So not just one. So this is not a simple one. Obtaining an even number when a regular dice is thrown. What are the even numbers? You get 2, 4, 6. So lot of outcomes are there. So that's not a simple event. When randomly taken a pencil out of a box which has red colored, blue colored, yellow colored, black colored, one each, selected pencil to be a red color. So all these are ones. So that's one element for red. So that's a simple event. So you get marks for these two, just 1 mark and 1 mark here. Question number 13. If in parallelogram ABCD, DAB plus BCD equals 84, find the value of ABC. So you need to just sketch the parallelogram. We'll sketch a parallelogram. Something like this. Label it A, B, C, D. DAB. DAB is this one. BCD. BCD is this one. So these two are equal to 84. Find the value of A, B, C. So you are asked to find out this value. Now parallelogram, we know opposite sides are parallel. So these two are equal to 84 means what is this one now? We can take half of it because opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. So what is half of it? So one angle is half of that. So we can write DAB angle is 84 divided by 2 because this angle and this angle both are equal. So you get 42 degrees. Then how you find out this angle? A, B, C angle. We know allied angles add up to 180 supplementary because these two lines are parallel. So you can straight away write down ABC angle is 180 minus 42. 8. So 138 degrees. So because of allied angles add up to 180. So how you get marks there? Only 2 marks. 1 mark definitely for the answer and the method. You get 1 mark. Question number 14. Obtain the factors of x squared minus 7x plus 10. This is a quadratic equation. So what you do? Arrange this in order. Square term first, x term second and the constant last. And find out the factors of plus 10. When you add the factors, you need to get the middle value. Plus 10. What are the factors? 5 and 2. 10 and 1. But you need to get addition minus 7. So when you take minus 5 and minus 2, you are getting minus 7. Minus into minus becomes plus. So the appropriate factors are this. If this is x, this is 5x and this one, you split the middle term to 5x and 2x minus. And take 2 at a time and factorize. Take x out, you get x minus 5. From this, you can take minus 2 out and write x minus 5. There are 2 terms, x minus 5 is common, take it out. And the remaining ones you write inside the bracket, x minus 2. So the factorized form is x minus 5 into x minus 2. What's the short method I taught you before? So if you are straight away writing down this one, if it's coefficient 1, always you are getting x and x. And then after you find out these factors, you just write down minus 5 and minus 2. So straight away you get the answer. So that's cross method. Using the cross method we did before, x and x, you write down the square term here minus 2 and minus 5 here. So we write down the factors this way. So how you get marks? 2 marks. So you get 1 mark for correct factors and 1 mark here. Question number 15. Figure shows 2 consecutive circles in the diagram. Complete the blanks in order to congruent triangles AOC. We'll draw it and say AOC. This one and BOD. This triangle. It's given AO and OB both are equal. That's the radii of the small circle. Then what can you say about AOC angle? This angle is equal to this angle. What's the reason? Opposite angles. So you can write this is equal to BOD. So you can write opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles. Then we know when you take the big circle, this length is equal to this length because both are radii. And we can say these 2 triangles are congruent. What's the condition? Side, angle, side. Included angle given for 2 sides. Side, angle, side. These 2 triangles are congruent. So you get marks only to write down this line. So 1 mark for the correct angle and the 1 mark for correct reason. Then you can try 16 to 21. Altogether 25 questions. So do this before looking at the video. Question number 16. Out of players in a sports club, the popular sport they like, the information given by them, a pie graph is drawn in diagram. How many players are there in the club? The number of cricket players this is 40. The number is 40. It says 90 degrees. What's the full circle? 360. 90 degrees means 40. Cricket players are there. Then what about 360? That's the full circle. 40 divided by 90 into 360. So 1/4 of that. So this is 4. So you multiply by 4. 4 times 4, 16. So 160 players are there all together. So that's the answer. So you get identifying. This is multiplied by 4, 1 mark and 1 mark for the final answer. Question number 17. AB is a chord of a circle of center O. Find its radius according to the given information. So this is the radius. If you draw the diagram here, we need this length. How we find out? This full length is AB is 8. We know when you draw a perpendicular, this becomes the midpoint of the chord. So if this is 8, what is this length? 4 centimeters. This length is 4 centimeter and this is 4 centimeter. Now you can use Pythagoras theorem. So we can use OA squared is equal to 4 squared plus 3 squared. 16 plus 9, 25. When you take, this means 5 squared. OA squared is 5 squared. When you take the square root, powers are the same, so you can straight away write down OA is 5. This is in centimeters. So that's the radius. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this and 1 mark for the method. Question number 18. When 2a minus 3b equals 12 and a plus 6b equals minus 9, find the value of a plus b without solving equation. So you don't need to find out separately the value of a and value of b. So just think about it. When you add these two equations, what happens? 1 plus 2. 2a and a becomes 3a minus 3b plus 6b, you get plus 3b. 12 minus 9 plus 3. When you divide the whole equation by 3, what you get? A plus b equals 1. So straight away you get the answer. So you get 1 mark for this step, and adding the two equations like this, you can get the other answer. So sometimes you have to just subtract to get the answer. So in this case, you have to add the two equations. Question number 19. Matrix given. Find the value of x. There's a constant here. So you have to multiply all the elements inside by 2. So we'll multiply 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times minus 2 minus 4, 2 times minus 5 minus 10, 2 times x 2x. So you get this is equal to this. Now you can compare the elements. If the two matrices are equal, means all the elements are corresponding elements are the same. So we can compare these two. That means 2x equals 4. X becomes 4 divided by 2. You get 2. So 1 mark for expanding, multiply by 2, and 1 mark to find out the x value. Question number 20. According to the information given in the figure, find the value of A or B in terms of AEB. What can you say? It's a circle theorem. This is the angle subtended at the center, and this is the angle subtended on the circumference with the same chord AB. So what's the relationship? We know the angle subtended at the center is double of angle subtended on the circumference, AEB. So that's the relationship. So you get 2 marks to identify the theorem. So you don't have to write, but I'll write down the theorem. Angle subtended at the center is twice as angle subtended on the circumference. Question number 21. PT is the locus of a point equidistant from two lines PQ and PR. So that means this is the angle bisector. By drawing a sketch equidistant from those two lines and 5 centimeter away from the point R, 5 centimeter away from the point R, place the point on the line PT. So you need a compass for that. So what you do, you take first 5 centimeter length. So this is not according to the accurate diagram, not according to the scale. So I'm taking just, if this is 5 centimeter is this, so take any length 5 centimeter, and what you have to do, keep on top of the R point and see where it cuts the PT line. So here one place and there's another place you get. So 2 positions you can get. We know this length is 5 centimeters. So this is also 5 centimeters here. So what are the 2 points here? We'll take any letter M1, M2. So you can get 2 places, either M1 or M2 on the line PT with 5 centimeter distance. So you get 2 marks for drawing the arcs and marking the correct places. So 2 marks for this diagram. So can you remember the steps we discussed for locus? We did locus of a point. So what is a locus of a point? Equidistance from a point, you get a circle. Then we did, if you get 2 fixed points, what's the equidistance to 2 points? That's the perpendicular bisector. And we did, if there are 2 lines, adjacent lines, what's the equidistance from 2 lines? That's the angle bisector. And finally we did, if there's a line and equidistance to this line, you get 2 parallel lines either above or below. So remember those loci, because here just you got this one from a point. What's the locus with equidistance? That's a circle. Now you can try question number 22 to question number 25. 22. If the volume of a cylinder of height 10 centimeter is 1540 cubic centimeters, what is the radius of that cylinder? What's the volume of a cylinder? Volume is pi r squared h. But volume is given 1540 cubic centimeters. Pi take as 22 over 7. And we need to find out the radius. So r squared, and the height is given 10. That's also in centimeters. So find r squared. So what is r squared? Multiply by 7. 1540 by 7 and divide by 22 and 10. 0, 0. 22 times 7 is 154. So you get 7 squared is r squared. So what's the r value? Take square root both sides. So r equals 7 centimeters. So you get marks, 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Correct formula for volume. Question number 23. Figure shows a block of a right prism with a triangular cross section. Find the length denoted by x and y. So this is x. I'll write down in the question this is x. So how you find out x and y? What's a prism? The cross section is a right angle triangle. So you draw two right angle triangles like this and then connect. This is the prism you are getting. Two triangles and three rectangles. So rectangles, now when you fold it, this length should be the same as this length. Otherwise you can't make the prism. So if we know this is 10, this is 10 because these all are rectangles, opposite sides are equal. So what's the x value then? X becomes 10 centimeters. And look at this rectangle. This is given 12. So definitely y should be equal to 12 centimeters. So identifying the appropriate lengths, you get 1 mark here and 1 mark here. So we'll just mark if this is 6 and this is 8. This becomes, you can say 6, 8. This becomes 10. And this is 12. So those are the measurements in this right angle prism. So you get 1 mark to identify the x value, 1 mark to identify the y value. Question number 24. From the information given in the diagram, find the value of x. Look at carefully. You need this. What is this triangle? All sides are equal. Equilateral triangle. So what's this angle? 60 degrees. All these are 60 degrees. And then this is a circle and this is a cyclic quadrilateral inside the circle. So cyclic quadrilateral, what's the property? Opposite angles add up to 180. So you can straight away find out ABC angle by subtracting 60 from 180 degrees. Opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180. So you get 120 here. If this is 120, this is an isosceles triangle. This is x. So what's 2x? Isosceles triangle. So you can straight away find out 180 minus 120 is 2x. So what's x? This is 60 and 2x is 60 means x equals 60 divided by 2. 30 degrees. So x value is 30 degrees. So you get marks. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Question number 25. Write down the equation of the straight line of intercept 3 and passing through the point 27. So what's the general form of a straight line? Y equals mx plus c. C is the y-intercept and m is the gradient or slope. So we know the y-intercept is 3. So you can substitute that first. So the equation becomes y equals mx plus 3. Now that point is on the line, so it satisfies the equation. So when x equals 2, you can substitute 2 here. The y value is 7. Now solve and find out the gradient or slope. So you get 2m equals, take 3 to this side, 7 minus 3, 4, divide by 2, m becomes 2. So what's the equation of the line? y equals 2x plus 3. So m is 2, gradient is 2 and the y-intercept is 3. So you get marks, 1 mark to identify the gradient and the equation, 1 mark. So this is the last question in paper 1 part A. So we did 25 questions. Now we'll look at part B. Now we'll look at part B. So you get 5 questions here, each one. You get each question 10 marks. So try these 3 questions first before you look at the video. This is the first question. For a loan, 100 rupees taken from the institute, UPS charges annually an interest of 6 rupees. What is the interest rate charged by the institute UPS? Institute UPS calculates the simple interest method. So calculate the interest to be paid for 50,000 rupees for 2 years. And this one about compound interest. So we'll do those questions now. Question number 1. For a loan of 100 rupees taken from the institute, UPS charges annually an interest of 6 rupees. What is the interest rate charged by the institute UPES? So for 100 rupees, they charge 6 rupees. So this is the denominator 100 means this is 6%. Percentages means fractions with denominator 100. So the rate is 6%. Institute UPES calculates simple interest method. So calculate the interest to be paid for 50,000 rupees for 2 years. So how you calculate the interest? So the rate is 6%. So 50,000 into 6%. This is for 1 year. You need for 2 years. So you multiply this by 2. 2 zeros get cancelled out. This means 6 times 2, 12. 12 times 5, 60. And here 2 zeros. So what's the answer? 6,000 rupees. Same interest as Institute UPS. So 6%. And Institute WPS calculate the interest as a compound interest, not simple. Tushara, who took 50,000 from Institute WPS, find the total amount to pay by Tushara at the end of 2 years. Now this is compound interest. So 50,000 rupees he took and 6%. So this is just you need the total amount. How can we find out the total amount at once? We multiply by 106 because for 100 you have to pay 6 rupees extra. So you find 106 over 100. This is for 1 year. So take that value and multiply again by 106 over 100 to get the second year. So you can do at once. Don't waste your time to do the first part and find the answer and then multiply, because you can't waste time. Time is important. So you can straight away write down this and then simplify. So this is the total amount that Tushara needs to pay. Now you can simplify. 2 zeros get cancelled out and 2 zeros get cancelled out. That means 5 times this and multiply by 106. 5 times this is 530 and then multiply by 106. So we'll multiply 106 by 530, or you multiply by 53 and put a 0. 50 and 3. 3 times 6, 18, 3. So when you add it, you get 5,000. You need to put a 0 because we are multiplied by 530. So what's the value? 56180. So Tushara needs to pay 56,180 rupees. Now state giving reasons who paid more interest out of the two persons. So we have to find out the interest. So we'll see the interest for WPES Institute. So that's 56,180 minus 50,000. That's the interest. 6,180 rupees. Now we'll look at the interest for UPES Institute. So we did that before. We found the interest was 6,000 rupees. What can you say about these two? We know that 6,180 is greater than 6,000 rupees. So in this one, state giving reasons who paid more interest out of the two persons. So who did that? Tushara. So this one is, there's no name for this one. So Tushara for this one, WPES. So you can say Tushara paid more interest. So how you get marks now? So we did all parts in question number 1. So you need to see how many marks. This one, just 1 mark. And to calculate the interest, just 2 marks. 2 and 3. And here you get 3 marks here. 6. And calculating this interest, you can get 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and comparing and write down the answer, 1 mark. So altogether 3, 3, 6 and 3 here, and here we can give 1 mark for the answer. 1, 3, 3 and 3. Now we'll look at question number 2. In a hemispherical garden whose center is O, symmetrical grass is grown in the rectangular section ABCD and flower is grown in the rest of the section. So this part, flower. So OA is equal to OD. So this is O. Distances are equal. What is the radius of the semicircular plot of land? Find the curved length of the flower bed. Find the perimeter of the flower grown section. Show that the area of the flower grown section is 276 square meters. So we'll see how we can do that. So this is the diagram. So we'll do the first part. What is the radius of the semicircular plot of land? We know this is the center. So this is symmetric. So we can just add it. So this is 8 and these two are 10 meters. So what's the radius? First we'll find out the total. This is the diameter. Diameter is 10 plus 10 plus 8. 28. So what's the radius then? Half of it. Radius is half of that. That means 14 centimeters. Find the curved length of the flower bed. curve length. That means arc length. What's the formula for arc length? 2 pi r. Divide by 2 because this is a hemisphere. So you get pi r. Pi is 22/7. What's the radius? 14. So 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 2 times 22, 44 centimeters is the curved length of the flower bed. Find the perimeter of the flower grown section. So that means this part. So 10, you get twice. 10, 10 twice. Then here 4, 4, 4 twice. 8 once. And then you have to think about the curved part. Curved part we found out that's 44. So add all together, that's the perimeter of the flower bed. So 10 twice, 4 twice and 8, 44. So we'll add it. So perimeter becomes 4 twice, 10 twice, 8 and then 44. 4 times 2, 8, 20, 8, 44. Now add it together. 8 and 8, 16. 16 plus 20, 36. So 36 plus 44, you get 80. So the perimeter is 80 centimeters. Show that the area of the flower grown section is 276 square meters. So the area of the flower section. So this area. So how we find out this area? Area of the hemisphere minus the area of the rectangle. So we'll first find out area of the hemisphere. Half into pi r squared. Pi r squared is a full circle. Hemisphere you have to divide by 2. Minus length into width of the rectangle. So 4 into 8. 4 into 8 there. So we'll substitute. Pi is 22/7. Radius we found out 14. 14 times 40. 8 times 4, 32. 7 times 2. This 2 get cancelled out with this 2. So 22 times 14. 14 multiplied by 22. That's 20 with 2. 8. Here 30. 308. So 308 minus 32. So you get 6 here and 7 and 2. So 276. This is meters. Here all these lengths are in meters. So we made a mistake here. We wrote centimeters. That's meters. And here also we wrote all centimeters. So the units given is in meters. So remember that this is also meters. Meters, meters. Now we'll see how we can give marks. So the first part, just 2 marks. And this is also 2 marks. Applying the formula. And 3 here. And 3 here. So 3 and 3, 6. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 marks for each question. Now we'll look at the next one. Question number 3. Mr. Gunner is expected to grow in his land 3/5 part corn, 1/4 part of the rest sweet potatoes, and the rest of section is chilies. After reserving for corn, what is the fraction of rest out of the whole garden? Find the fraction reserved to grow chilies, the fraction out of the whole garden. If 600 square meters is reserved to grow chilies, what is the part reserved to grow corn plants? So we'll do that question. First part. After reserving for corn, what is the fraction of the rest out of the whole garden? So here in his land 3/5 part corn. So what's the rest out of the whole garden? 1 minus 3/5. So that means here 1 I can write 5/5 minus 3/5. That's 2/5 of the land. Then find the fraction reserved to grow chilies, the fraction out of the whole garden. So chilies is the rest of this. Now 1/4 of the rest sweet potatoes and the other part is chilies. So how can we find out that one? So we need to find out the part for sweet potatoes. So 3/5 corn, you can write down 3/5 corn, and 1/4 of the rest. 1/4 into the rest means 2/5 is sweet potatoes and the rest is chilies. So you need to find out this part now. So first we'll find out the part for sweet potatoes. Part for sweet potatoes. That's 1/4 of the rest, 2/5. So you get 1/10. The rest means now 3/5 and this is 1/10. Together, what's the part? So total for corn and sweet potatoes. One-tenth and 3/5. That means here you can write 1/10 and 3/5 you can convert to the denominator 10. 6/10. So you can get 7/10. So what's the remaining part? That's for chilies. So part for chilies, 7 out of 10 gone. So the left part is 3 out of 10. So that's the answer for this one. Now we'll do this third part. If 600 square meters is reserved to grow chilies, so 3/10 we found 3/10 now represent 600 square meters. What is the part reserved to grow corn plants? So 3/10 is 600. Corn means which part? Corn, this one, 3/5. First part, it's given 3/5 for corn. So 3/5 means 6/10. We need to find out what is 6 parts out of 10. So here 3 parts out of 10 is this. So what is 1 part? You divide by 3. That's 200. Now we need to find out 6 parts. 200 multiplied by 6, you get 1200 square meters. So we did all parts. Now we need to divide the marks. So you are getting 3 parts are there. So first one you get 2 marks. And here finding this one, so 1 mark, 2 marks here and 1 mark. Finding the answer as well, 1 mark for the answer. And this is 4, 4 plus 2, 6, and you get 4 marks for this. So 4, 4, 2. Now you can do question number 4 and 5. Question number 4. Nimali and Vimali participated in a game. The wheel shown in the diagram rotates and released. So this one. So as to arrowhead stops against the number. So here with this arrow they refer the number. Show in the square net sample space of numbers that can be obtained by Nimali and Vimali. So this is the sample space diagram. So what are the possibilities? You can get 1 to 5. So 1 to 5 for Vimali as well as 1 to 5 for Nimali. So what are the possibilities? Vimali can get 1. Nimali also can get 1. 1 with 2. 1 with 3. 1 with 4. 1 with 5. So likewise, Vimali can get 2. Then Nimali can get 1. 2 with 2. 2 with 3. 2 with 4. 2 with 5. These are the possibilities. If Vimali gets 3, Nimali can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So same as before. If Vimali gets 4, Nimali can get all the other numbers. Here also same thing. So how many possibilities are there? All together 5 this way and 5 this way. 5 times 5, 25 possibilities are there. So this is the sample space diagram. So all possibilities we marked. If the reason for the winner is to getting an odd number, denote the winning by both of them in the square net. Find the probability also. Both should be getting odd numbers. What are the possibilities? So I'll take different color to show the possibilities. Both odd means this is one possibility. 3, 1, 5, 1. Then 1 with 3. 3 with 3, 5 with 3. And 1 with 5, 3 with 5 and 5 with 5. So you get these possibilities. So now we'll try to mark the net. So you need these ones. And here this one. And we can move to this. And here this one. So only these possibilities are there. So these are the possibilities, winning chances for both, getting both odd numbers. So that's the net for that. And what's the probability? How many possibilities are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 possibilities out of 25. So the probability of getting both winning chances, getting odd numbers is 9 over 25. even numbers shown in a white background and odd numbers in a yellow background. Below shows an incomplete tree diagram when Nimali rotates the wheel to get some color to have probabilities for the event. Complete the diagram. The wheel, when rotated by Vimali, also gets some color. Extend the tree diagram denoting the relevant probabilities. First we'll do for Nimali. So how you get white? That's 2 possibilities are there out of how many possibilities? 5. So 2 over 5 is getting white. So getting yellow means odd numbers. 3 parts are there out of 5. So this is for Nimali, the tree diagram. Now we have to extend this for Vimali. So we can draw for Vimali now. So Vimali also can get white and yellow. Again, for this branch also, she can get white or yellow. Now same wheel rotating twice, so you get the same chances. 2 over 5, 3 over 5. 2 over 5 here, 3 over 5. So this is the full tree diagram for both. This is for Nimali and this is for Vimali. Now we'll do the next part. So this is what we drew in the previous part. Find by means of the tree diagram probabilities that at least one is a winner, denoting the probability. So winning means getting yellow color, odd numbers, yellow colors. So winning chances. So at least one means it can be one yellow or both yellows. So this is also winning chance. This branch also winning chance. So this is also winning chance because yellow is there. Only possibility is this for not winning. So this branch. If this is this branch, you are not winning because both white. So how you find out the other probabilities? You can subtract this one from 1. So we'll find out probability of getting both white. What's the chance? Getting white and white, 2/5 into 2/5. So you get 4 over 25. So what is the other possibilities? 1 minus that. So winning chances. Probability of at least one winning is 1 minus that. 1 minus 4 over 25. I can write 1 as 25 over 25 minus 4 over 25. So I get 21 over 25. So that's the last part. Now we have to decide how we get marks. So we'll see from the beginning. So you can get marks to mark all the points 2 and marking the net and this one altogether 2 marks for this part, and showing Nimali's branch 2 and Vimali's branch 2. So 4 and 4, 8, and the final part you get 2 marks. So that's 10 marks. We'll look at question number 5. So you are getting a statistics question. So you can try this one. So we'll do part by part. Below shows the number of patients admitted in 45 days for a hospital to eradicate dengue in a certain area. So class intervals given. Here no gaps in between means boundaries, class boundaries given. 0 to 5, 5 to 15, 15 to 20. So the class size is not the same. 5 to 15 means greater than 5 and less than 15. So not included. What is the number of patients prior to first 15 days? Prior to 15 days. So here 15 is not included. That means we can take these two numbers. So that's 4 and 20. So 24 patients altogether. So you get 1 mark for this. That's a small part. Part 2, draw a histogram to represent this scale. So we need to first check the class sizes. So class sizes not the same. Here 5 minus 0, 5. Here 10, 15 minus 5, 20 minus 15, 5, 5, 5. And the last one also, the class sizes are different. So 15. So when you get boundaries, you take the difference between the two boundaries to get the class size. Now we can see 5 is common. So you can divide everything by 5. 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 1, 1, 1 and 5 times 3. So now frequencies are changing. So this one is the same. 4 divided by 1 is 4. 20 divided by 2 is 10 here. And again this one changes. 9 divided by 3, 3. So when you are drawing the graph, make sure if the width is not the same for intervals, you have to change the frequencies. So what's the y-axis? Number of patients. What's the x-axis? Class interval or number of days. And you can start from 0, 5, 10. 1 square, 5 units. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And this way you need up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we can draw the bars. First one, 4. 0 to 5, 4. That's the first one. So 5 to 15, that's 10. So 2 squares. Then 15 to 20, 8. 20 to 25, 5. 25 to 30, 4. 30 to 45, that's 3. So that's the histogram. Draw the frequency polygon by means of this histogram. So how you draw the frequency polygon? You have to mark the midpoints of the bars. So we'll mark the midpoints. This one. For each bar, separate bar, we have to mark the midpoints. So here you get 3 midpoints. And what you do after also, you have to take the midpoint of this one, before also midpoint of the other one. Now you can connect with the ruler. So connect all the midpoints. That's the frequency polygon. and you have to complete the polygon. So you here draw this line as well. So this is the frequency polygon. Giving reasons show whether the eradication of dengue a success. What can you say? Look at carefully. This goes up. Number of patients are increasing here. But after 15 days, it's going down. So that means this program, the eradication of dengue, a success. So you can say after 15 days, number of patients are decreasing. Number of patients are decreasing. So eradication of dengue a success. Now we'll see how we can get marks. So you get 3 marks for the histogram. 3 marks for the histogram. 4 marks for the frequency polygon. 4 marks for the frequency polygon. And here 2 marks for writing down this. So 4 plus 3, 7, 9 and 1 mark for this one. So 10 altogether. So we completed all questions in paper 1. So paper 1 part A 25 questions and paper 1 part B 5 questions you have to do. You can't skip those questions. Those are compulsory.